it smells amazing in here. This is so brilliant. Hello everyone, we have an experiment to do today because I have seen this homemade doner meat recipe all over my TikTok and Instagram, and I haven't seen someone do a plant-based version of this. So that's what we're doing today. I am sort of approaching lunch vibes, so let's see if we can make this. Okay. So this is everything we need for the vegan version. Plant-based minced meat. The one that I use is the one from Naturally. Then some vegan neutral yogurt. I'm also gonna put in red lentils. Then we have onion, garlic, and our spice blend. The spice blend is cumin, onion powder, garlic powder, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, smoked paprika, pepper, and salt. I just made a quick dough, just flour, water, warm water, a little bit of yeast, a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar for the yeast to eat. It's rising now. Then I also boiled my lentils so they're nice and soft and we can combine everything. I haven't done this before. This is an experiment, so don't judge me if this goes badly. We're trying. We'll start by combining the onions, the garlic, and the lentils, and then we'll add in the spices and the minced over time. Let's do a little bit at a time with this as well. Let's see how it goes. And the yogurt. Okay. Well, now we have a soft paste and we're gonna add in the minced. I brought a little bowl here because my food processor is on the small side, so we're gonna transfer some of the filling into the bowl and then we'll keep processing until we have everything done. Did I tell you that I'm waiting for someone to come and fix our internet connection? Yeah, so they're gonna be here around 7:30 and 4 in the afternoon. What? Okay. Let's just do the rest. Fuck it. And this is where we're at. I think it's looking okay. There were a few chunks of onion that didn't get processed, but that's what that's about. I'll scrape the rest of this out and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, now we have to roll it out onto baking paper really thinly and roll them up. Let's try and do that. So what I'm thinking, take a big chunk. Yeah, then we'll do 2 rolls. So this is roughly half. Fingers are clean. Also, I'm the one eating it. I feel like people need to relax with the whole home cooking, wearing gloves thing. Unless you have like an actual condition, obviously. I feel like there's a better way of doing this, but it's very soft. So I'm scared that if I put another piece of baking paper on top of this and try to roll it out, it'll just stick. But maybe we should try to do that anyway. I'm just gonna go wash my hands real quick. Okay. Other piece of baking paper on top and then we roll it out. Okay, who could have thought? This is way easier. You live it, you learn it. So we can get it nice and really thin. I think I've actually put too much because now it's coming out the sides. We can fix that. Now can I take this off? Okay. I'm gonna lift it. Famous last words. This is where we're at. Now we're gonna roll it up like this. Yeah? Yeah? I'm saying it like it's a question because I also kind of don't know. If you know more about this than I do, please enlighten me. Anyway, let's make 2 more of these. Okay, so I made 3 and then I cut them so they fit into this tray. Now we're gonna throw them in the oven. I don't exactly know how long. We'll find out. I'm gonna give them 20-ish minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. And then I'll give you an update. The doner is now in the oven, so I thought in the meantime, why not show you around my new office? Let's do a little office tour. The rest of the house is not quite finished yet, but I've already done a few weeks worth of work in here, so I thought, let me show you what we got. So this room used to be 2, that is why there is a door here. Then the previous owner knocked down this wall. It is something that we could put back in if we needed the space, but I like that this room is a little bit bigger. Then we have the wardrobe from the apartment. It used to have both me and my partner's clothing in there, but now it has all my vintage stuff. So yeah, so it's all the stuff that I really couldn't replace even if I wanted to. The jewelry, as usual, and then we have shoes, and more shoes underneath. Dresses, coats, and then in these drawers we have all my partner's motorcycle gear. So That's tucked away neatly. The reason why I store some of my clothes in here and some of them in the bedroom, in the built-in closets that are available in the bedroom, is because that we see slight traces of moisture damage. The closet from the 60s is basically built right on top of the outer wall. Like, does that make sense? So the moisture from the outer wall gets trapped between the closet and the wall, which means that you will see moisture damage. So at some point we will have to figure out a solution for that. That solution might be something in the lines of tearing down the closet, obviously keeping the doors, the knobs, all this stuff, and then trying to rebuild something that looks like the old thing, but with a space between. So keep all the clothes in there. That is irreplaceable. By the way, living for this jumper. One of my friend's mother knitted and it's just such a vibe. Okay, cool. I'm very comfy. I have my cookbooks, the Sustainable Badass book, and then the translated version of the Sustainable Badass in English down there. Very nice. I had these hanging in the apartment and I don't know what to do with them. I kind of want to hang them, but I also feel like they're so big. So here I have a collaboration post that I made way back about zero waste essentials. Then this is a very remember where you came from kind of poster. So I love this picture. It is from my very boho-esque era. And then a Sustainable Badass poster down here. I kind of like them. I have more. I have bigger. So at one point I gave a talk at a library and they made this massive poster. And I asked them if I could bring it home because they were just gonna throw it out. Here I have something else, another poster. Oh yeah. So now I have this. This is basically full size. Yeah, I like this way more than the other ones. This is a little bit more of a current look. This was right when my cookbook came out. I really like this picture. Anyway. We have my tripod, then I have a massive backdrop. I'm considering getting more of them in different sizes and in different colors and textures. But I use this to do flat lays, recipe shots, that kind of thing, like it. This little wall of shameless self-promotion has been in every one of my homes for the past 5 years. I just keep all the articles that I'm featured in, and I think it's a great trip down memory lane, looking back at them and just being reminded that I'm a badass, because there's truly nothing wrong with being proud of your work. So this table is absolutely fantastic and it came with the home. Then I have my monitor there when I edit. Have some extra chairs. This is the chair that I usually sit in. Now, one thing that I really don't like about this is that the radiators are here and putting things in front of the radiator isn't necessarily in favor of energy optimizing. So this is a little bit unfortunate. We have the radiator under there. But other than that, I just look out into the yard. This is my little stand-up desk. I've had this for many years. I think it's from something called Harmony. All my tech is secondhand, pre-loved. We have a podcast mic, the monitor, the camera, the phone, the laptop, everything. Anyway, this is the picture wall and I am absolutely loving this maximalist overload. I think this is fantastic. You probably remember this from the apartment as well as this portrait that a subscriber made way back in the day. I think this is back from 2017. Then we have the play button. I've added some new pieces. This tiger, fantastic print by a Danish illustrator, and it used to be in the bedroom. I like that it's in here now. It says sex, now that I have your attention, please stop fucking up the planet. I have a little Victorian shadow box up there and some different original pieces as well as a few posters. This Edvard Munch is obviously a poster. This is an antique piece from Madrid. I really like that little puff there, but it's actually just my keychain that broke and then I placed it there in order to, you know, get it out of the way. I kind of like it because it matches well with the drawing of the mask, which I did myself, so it's one of my things. This is my mum's. This is another artist. This is a very early illustration my mum made. That is a poster, also mum. Also mum, that's me, that is my mum. I made this as a DIY not very long ago. So yeah, tons of things. This is from my childhood home. It was in the garage when we moved in. I kind of like that little sign. Little ceramic hand. Most of these things are also thrifted, secondhand by the way. The frames, pinboard, lamp. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, I hope this works. I hope this works. Okay. Yes, mama. It works. Oh, it smells amazing in here. That's what I'm talking about. No, but I am so stoked about this. Look at that. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yes. I am once again validated in my delusion that anything that we crave, we can make vegan. So let's make a döner kebab. I've put in lettuce, tomato, extra chili paste, a garlic dressing, tomatoes, cucumber, lettuce, extra chili, kebab, and garlic dressing. Let's have a bite. So one of the things that I'm a little bit scared of moving out into the countryside is that a lot of fast food options are now a little bit further away. I can't necessarily get to a local pizzeria or get a döner or any kind of sort. Like, not that I did it tons before, but you know, you get weirdly aware of the fact that those options are now not as easily available. Luxury problem, I'm aware. Being able to make something like this myself, knowing that this is an option, this is so brilliant. There's a solid chance that I'm making this for dinner as well. I'm just gonna leave all this out though, because then we'll make the bread fresh for dinner. I have more dough left over, so we're just gonna save that. Then we have the greens and the kebab. See, that's what I mean, right? Stackable. I love cooking fine dining gourmet with a burning passion, but I also like these days where I just get to try out some trending recipe. I think that's pretty fun too. So let me know if there are any other types of recipes that you want to see, because then we'll make it happen. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys next time. Take really good care of yourselves. Until then, bye. I have to be honest with you guys, I am not nearly watching as many horror films as I did before. Like, I loved to watch movies about people in secluded areas being completely hacked down. And I still do, but I just can't watch them alone. Yeah, so that's ruined. All because I'm a big chicken.